Welcome back to Splashy Fish. Today I'm working on Escape, and I thought that, I've seen a lot of people asking me questions, same question I've been answering, how to glue a driftwood, and how to put the driftwood sink down to the bottom. That's a great question that everyone always asks when do they start doing Escape. So why don't I answer that question for you guys? All right, let's go. All right, so before going to showing you how to glue stuff, it's really important for also need to show you how you want to look and understand and how find the unique selling point, selling point, unique aspect of the wood. You can kind of figure out what you want to do for gluing. Because one piece of this look amazing, right? Look, do you see it look like a crocodile with a long tail? So it's like the legs right here, the mouth open up. It's so cool, right? But sometimes like this angle look pretty badly. However, I really like this piece and this angle right here. It's look showing you more the dramatic look of the scape. Um, and even this side does make it look nice, but because I'm doing the scape that kind of pointing to each other, and this is the smaller island of it, so having something that points over that side would be amazing. But only having one piece of it in here doesn't make the thing look portion enough, right? So that's it. And then you also want to have like multiple direction that points to different direction of the wood. The wood will go to the different direction. So at that point, finding another piece that kind of working together will be good looking, because this one is pointing that way, right? You can have something else that kind of pointing the other way and everything like that. Um, but what I found was, I think, and it's just funny that sometimes wood pieces can kind of work together. So it's kind of wedged into each other like that. And at the end, you get a very nice looking piece. So, um, so let's see. So the wood piece kind of like sitting on top of each other like that. Okay. Um, and so I want this piece to kind of pointing to that direction a little bit more. So having it wedged in. You see. So this make it look so horizontal. So I want to have something else that more like poking it upward. This would be good. Okay. So finding this location to kind of matching what you need is really important. Before I have it at the right location I really like. So I need to find that location again. Okay, all right, let me pause the video and I'll be right back. I did took a picture of it before I start the video, just because it's a lot easier for me to kind of walk around it that way. Okay, so after I look at the picture, it looked good, and then at that, then I look at the picture, I figure out what I want to do for the angle, and then so at this point, you want to figure out where's the kind of the holding places together. So like the top piece is glue is holding by this angle, right? So and luckily this is like the bottom of it. So and it's great because you can always glue them together that way. If you cannot lift up the piece like the other piece I have on the other side, then you might want to glue them onto where it's touching each other on these crack and corner. And the best way to know where you want to glue them on is trying to find a light go through. Let me change this angle of the camera so you can see it easier. Okay, so like you can see that like this angle, that right there is a perfect place to wedge in some gluing solvent and gluing. Okay. All right, now you know what you want to do for your skate. The next thing that's really important is your material, right? So you will need something with glue. So I use extra thick glue gel. And then also because it's using gel, you definitely want to use some type of accelerator. So I can put the link on these guys on my website. You can go and buy them. Okay. If you don't have these products, then you can use liquid gel, and then also I would prefer to use as well something with accelerator for it to kind of accelerate the process. There's other brand on the market, which I will also include in the link on the bottom as well, so you would know what to get for and what to get. To wedge inside to these, angle, I prefer to use cheap toilet paper, where it's like usually like a one pliers paper towel, or cotton square makeup removal or something like that. And then what you would do is just take this whole piece, separate out in the middle, and then you go from there and you just attach it in. Okay, and then I would fold these apart, fold them together, not pull these apart and then fold them together, and then kind of wedge this into the area I want to glue them, and then put super glue on it. The thing that I really like the most about this is this technique is it become a very thick gel and very thick kind of solvent that you don't have to worry about any problem with glue attached and stuff like that. And then me just making sure that this is the right composition that we're gonna go for. Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. And the goal is to have another piece of rock right here, kind of like complement the scape. So like this is great. I'll probably put more of them in here as well. Okay. And then because it's at the bottom, I'm just going to put a tons of glue on top. I mean, because it's at the bottom, I don't really care. I'm putting a lot of super glue on the bottom to kind of, get it attached a lot better. And then I would attach put this in. So having an accelerator in this gluing process really help, because it can speed up the process for you, make everything look a lot better. Okay, one more thing that I want to recommend you to do is because it is at the bottom, but for the look of the tanks and make them look nice in the tank, what I usually would do is I would smash out the soil, the same soil that you would use in your aquarium or planning to use, and then sprinkle them on top. Okay, this will help you to blend everything in together, make it very nice looking, and you don't even see the gluing part. So I'm doing that right now. Okay, so after let it dry and spray with accelerator, right, that will dry them up really good, and you can see that now it's super glued them in. I wasn't feel safe, so I kind of also glue on this side as well when I turn off the video. And you can see like that air right there, that gap right there too. If you are worried about it, you can always glue more. But because I feel like this is a really good piece and I already attached from the base, and then make it like kind of have a good, really rigid angle for the escape, so I end up don't need it to do anymore. And now it's the hardest part is gluing it to the rocks, right? Because if you have only that piece by itself, like, think about it, look at that. Look okay, right? But when you have some more rocks in it to complement the scape, it will make the whole thing, it will change the whole perspective of the thing, right? So the goal is trying to, because I'm doing this whole design where the rocks and everything is aligned. So rocks have a different characteristic, right? So this one is the dragonstone. So you want to arrange these dragonstone in a certain way that you like, in your liking. And when you're doing a scape in the tank, you cannot do different directions. You cannot do this piece there, and then let's say you do another piece instead of like this, you would do it like that, right? It will look so different and look confuse your eye, and it's not look like natural and like how you won't see that in the nature as well, right? So because the perspective of this thing is everything going this side already, so the rock has to go the same way. So that's why I'm having the rocks kind of stacked on each other like that, creating some of these gaps where when you put fish in there, yeah, it will look nice and cool, right? And then putting them in like that, okay? So I think this is like my final decision on this piece. What we'll do is while putting, gluing them together to hide that. All right, so after I need to make sure that the rock composition and then the angle of the tank the angle of the wood I'm pointing to is good enough. If they do, then I will go ahead and glue them. Right now looking for some glue gap. So probably between here is the greatest option right now. There as well, and some more in the back. So let's get going and glue some of them in. I was talking to someone earlier. They were saying that they don't prefer to glue, super thick glue with the rocks, and I definitely agree with that. Because sometimes with super thick glue, you kind of doesn't get to make it run to where you want to be at, and it makes the whole scape look bad, right? And then also another thing too is sometimes the glue, they don't the binding between the super glue and the cotton paper is not doing that well. So trying to do on this side first, make sure that they are wedged in and good for this corner piece. And also this one I'm using paper towel, okay? So you can see that I'm just folding them in and then put them in the corner, in the back. I don't really like to have my tweezer stick with glue. So every time I'm done with using the tweezer, I have to wipe it off. Get my tweezer nice and clean. And then from there, you can see me doing better with this angle. So see that after I'm spraying it, the color will look so matching that I'm not worried about it anymore. I think I was putting this in earlier. Okay, I'm hoping to glue it too. So let's see. I forgot about it not gluing yet. These smaller pieces because these rocks have a lot of holes in there, so sometimes having it glue on might not even binding it correctly and not even having a lot of good surface area. And that's always the part I'm always worried about. And if you put them on, put these soil before you glue them, and then you spray them, they will stick on each other a lot better. Ah, see, one more. See, I almost lost a finger or a bit of a big chunk of the skin. If I don't wear gloves for this part already, it's a very complicated gluing process right now actually. So now this thing will have some of the super glue on there. So I'm trying to glue this corner right here. Have the things in there already. With some. Okay, so it's looking a lot better now. This is like in the back of it, so I'm not going to be super worried about it too much. But right now, the front still not look like it's combined that well. So I'm trying to find like a good conceal area to kind of place more glue. So it's like this part right here, that'll be a best location to glue more. So I'm just going to put an adapter glue on here as well again. Ay, ay, ay. And don't be like me, guys. Using small nozzle will definitely help. Okay, using this big nozzle will give you a whole mess, and that's what I just got right now. So, because now I got a whole mess like that, it will look super ugly if they dry out that way. So I have to cover up with dust. Okay, if you don't, it will dry out, showing the actual color of the glue, and that's when you see all the imperfection of the scape. It will be stripped away. Yeah, I definitely put too much glue on it. That now it smells pretty bad as well, and my eyes a bit burning. Okay. Okay, so I'm confident that now this will dry and stick together. So yeah, we are good on this piece. That is it at the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, use gloves when you're gluing stuff, and have a splashy day. Goodbye.